Find that when you apply blushes and bronzers, it seems to just disturb the foundation that you've laid down underneath. Could be a number of reasons for this. First one, unfortunately, is that the product just might not be very good. And with the best will in the world and skills, there's nothing you can do to make a bad product good. If you do really like the product, there's definitely things that we can do in terms of application to make it apply better. And with cream products, choosing the right tool will make such a huge difference. I like a brush that's quite dense, preferably with an angle. I just find that that is the best shape to fit the face. If not, going for something that is quite tightly packed and round, that's going to give you most control over the application. Taking your cream product, you can either take it directly from the pan if you're used to working with it, or apply some to the back of your hand and work from there. When you load the product onto the brush, make sure it's loaded evenly. When working from the back of your hand will really help because you can really get into those bristles. When you apply your cream bronzer, apply in patting motions. Don't ever swirl a brush around your face because you're going to lift texture and hair. It's better to pat the product into the face and then diffuse and blend the edges. And don't be afraid to build the product up in thin layers. If you watch me work, you'll see me go back and forth with my bronzer and then my foundation brush just to make sure that everything is nice and melted into the skin. For liquid blushes, I like to apply them directly to the back of my hand. Definitely never pumping liquid product onto your face like that. Just gonna end up using way too much. And also, that's where it's potentially going to go patchy. Working the product into the back of your hand and working from there to your face, going to get the most beautiful wash of colour that isn't going to lift your foundation. Also going to allow you to build up the intensity. If you feel you've gone a little bit overboard, go back in with your foundation brush again and it will just mute everything down. For powder products, start by setting your face. I like to set the main areas like under the eyes and T-zone with a setting powder. Then I like to take a finishing powder or more lightweight powder. I just feel that this gives a more even application for when you apply powder products. Often if the foundation is still wet and you apply bronzer, that's when you almost get that skip in. Product then just looks patchy and uneven. If you want to skip the finishing powder step, but you still want your bronzer to go on really evenly, I would recommend the Mineralize Skin Finish Bronzers by MAC. These can be applied over foundation on its own and they're just so gorgeous and radiant. When you apply a powder bronzer, I would again use a smaller angled brush. Load your brush up and then tap off the excess. Again, no swirling, just pat the product into the face. Use your smaller powder brush just to diffuse any edges.